Hello everybody, I hope you're having a great day so far. I very quickly wanted to run through this application that I'm making public to everybody. It's a random password generator where it generates the password for you so that way you're not having to think of it yourself. It allows you to save your password locally so it's on your system and I or no one else have access to it but you. Additionally, it lets you load the passwords later so that you can find them and make changes with ease. The idea behind this was because there's a lot of hackers and scams going around, and I recently had my information leaked thanks to AT&T and their great security. So because of that, I made this so that way I can update my password whenever I need to, and it's not easy to figure out. So I'm going to very quickly show you how to download it, how to use it, and then at the end of the video, I'm going to talk through some of the future ideas for the future iterations that I plan to add going forward. So let's start off with what do you need to do when you're downloading this. So there's going to be a link in the description below that links you to this project. You'll just go ahead and click on it. You'll hit the download button, which is right here or right here. When you click that, it should send you to a page like this. You may need to turn off your antivirus software, depending on which one you have. I haven't had to do it on multiple computers, and then some I have. But you just click download, it'll download it up here, and then you can just show in folder, and boom, there it is. Then, when you've got it, you're going to go ahead, it's a zipped file, so you're going to need to right click and extract files. Choose where you want to extract them to, so I'm going to do new folder. Okay, and now that it's been extracted here, you just jump in. You will need to extract it. If you don't, it will not work properly. It cannot stay in the zip folder. So once you've extracted it, do not change anything in here. If you, for instance, move this out of the folder or something else, it's very likely to give you an error and no longer work. So just make sure it all stays in here. All you're going to use is the .exe. Once you click it, you should see something like this, and it's got 3 buttons down here and a button up here. So the basic overview of how this works is generate password, as the name or as the button implies. It'll generate a random password using the most common characters allowed in websites and businesses. So for instance, this, and then let's say that I like this password. I've clicked it a couple times, and for whatever reason, this one looks great to me. I hit save password. I confirm, yes, I'm sure, and I type in whatever username I want. You can't type in a blank username. I've set that up so it doesn't allow, but let's say my password is fakenews@gmail.com. Great, so now it's successfully been saved. I can actually load this back up. Here it is. You can ignore this username and password. It was put on just as sort of a test. It's showing that it's working, but I want to see fakenews@gmail.com. Yep, I'm sure, and boom, here it is. Here's the username, here's the password. But you know what, I really don't want this one up here, it's bugging me, so I can go ahead and delete it. Great, you can delete it. So that's how all the functionality that this has. You can generate a password, save the password, load it later, delete it, and restart. Now let's talk about what I plan to do in future iterations of this. So in future iterations, one thing I plan to do that a colleague of mine mentioned on YouTube, and I thought it was a great idea, is when you load it, currently you cannot copy and paste this at all. You have to manually type it. What I'd like to allow you to be able to do is to just click on it and it would copy the username, and then click on this and you can copy the password. So that way, if you don't want to type it out manually, you can just literally copy and paste it and you're boom, good to go. So that's something I plan to do in the next iteration. Depending on how many of you are interested in this, I can rush to get it done, but it'll probably take me a little bit otherwise. The second thing I plan to do is, similarly, when you go to load the password, it's loaded by your username, whatever that is, and I don't like that. What I would rather do is, let's say that you have Hulu, Google, Amazon, Instagram, whatever. You have all of these different applications or that you use. You should be able to name it based off of what it is associated with. So, for instance, instead of saying fake news, it would just say Hulu, Amazon, Instagram, whatever. And you're like, oh, I need my Instagram password. So you just click on Instagram, boom, then it loads all of this, as opposed to loading based off of the email, because then you have to remember what it's that email and password are associated with. So that's the second thing I plan to add. And the third thing I plan to add in the next iteration is currently when you generate a password and you save it, you have to use your own username, which there's nothing wrong with. However, I would like to add a button that allows you to generate a username. So when you generate the password, save password, etc., you just have a button here that says generate username, and then you can just use that instead of having to do it yourself. That way it's fully automatic. So that's currently what I have planned for the future. Let me know if you have any other ideas and things that might make this more usable. Let me know if you have any questions about it or if you run into any bugs. This is the first time I'm making a project of mine mass distributable. So, you know, I'm not sure how to fine tune all the bugs or plan for all the bugs, I should say. So if you see any bugs, let me know and I can work to get it fixed. I do hope you enjoyed the video. I hope you enjoy the program and you get a lot of use out of it. I know I have. Outside of that, that's really all I had for you today. I appreciate you watching the video. Have a great rest of your day.